My fiancée refused to get a job. A real man provides. I said, of course. Then I hired her as my personal assistant with a full list of chores. Her shock when I handed her the 6 a.m. to-do list. Original post. I 35 male, run a small accounting firm with 12 employees. Not Fortune 500, but we do all right. I clear about $180,000 annually after business expenses. Been with Vanessa, 27, for 2 years, engaged for 6 months. When we met, she was working retail at Nordstrom. Hated it, always complaining about rude customers and her manager. After we moved in together 8 months ago, she quit. Said it was temporary while she figured out her passion. That was 8 months ago. Her passion apparently involves watching Real Housewives, getting her nails done twice a week, and posting inspirational quotes on Instagram about knowing your worth. 3 weeks ago, we're at dinner with her parents. Her dad, Frank, makes some comment about the job market being hot. Vanessa laughs and says, "Why would I need a job? A real man provides for his woman." Right, honey? I almost choked on my salmon. Her mom, Dorothy, actually nodded approvingly. That's how it should be. I never worked a day after marrying Frank. Yeah, except Frank owns 3 car dealerships. I own a 12-person accounting firm and a mortgage. When we got home, I tried talking to her about contributing financially. Babe, I'm not asking you to work construction. Just something part-time to help with expenses. She got defensive immediately. Oh, so now I'm not good enough? You want me stressed and miserable like when we met? I thought you loved me. I do love you, but a real man doesn't make his woman work. My dad never made my mom work. Are you saying you're not successful enough to support a family? The manipulation was obvious, but what really got me was the entitlement. Like my sole purpose was to fund her lifestyle. You're right, I said calmly. A real man provides. She smiled, kissed my cheek. I knew you'd understand, baby. That night, while she slept, I drafted an employment contract. Update 1 week later. Monday morning, 5:45 a.m. I'm already dressed for work, making coffee. Vanessa stumbles into the kitchen around 9 a.m., still in her pajamas. Morning, babe, she yawns. Can you transfer me some money? There's a sale at Anthropology. Actually, I have great news, I said, pulling out the folder I prepared. I found you a job. She blinked. What? I told you I don't need. It's perfect. Work from home, flexible hours, and you'll be working directly for me. As my personal assistant. Her face changed. Oh, that's actually sweet. So like, answering your phone sometimes? Here's your employment contract and first week schedule. I handed her the papers. Watched her face as she read. Position, personal assistant to CEO. Salary, $15 per hour, minimum wage in our state. Hours, 40 hours weekly, Monday through Friday. Start time, 6 a.m. daily. Daily responsibilities. 6 a.m. Prepare full breakfast for employer. 7 a.m. Iron employer's clothes for the day. 8 a.m. Clean and organize home office. 9 a.m. Answer all personal emails and calls. 10 a.m. Grocery shopping from provided list. 12 p.m. Prepare and deliver lunch to office. 1 p.m. Laundry and household cleaning. 3 p.m. Run specified errands. 5 p.m. Prepare dinner. 6 p.m. End of shift. This is a joke, right? She laughed nervously. Not at all. You said a real man provides. I'm providing you with employment. You'll be on my company's official payroll with taxes withheld and everything. Completely legitimate. This is just housework. No, it's personal assistant work. Very common in the corporate world. And look, you'll be earning your own money. About $2,400 a month after taxes. That's nothing. It's $15 an hour for entry-level work with no experience required. Very fair. Unless you'd prefer to find a different job. She stared at the contract. And if I don't sign, well, then I guess you need to find your own place to live. I can't support a non-contributing roommate. But as my employee, you're contributing. It's perfect. The look on her face. The absolute shock that I called her bluff. This is insane. You can't be serious. Dead serious. In fact, your first shift starts in. I check my watch, 57 minutes. Better get dressed. Professional attire required. It's in the employee handbook. I left for the office while she stood there, mouth open, contract in hand. By noon, my phone was blowing up. 12 texts from Vanessa, 3 missed calls from her mom, and 2 from Frank. Ignored them all. Had a business to run. When I got home at 6:30, the house was exactly as I'd left it. Vanessa was on the couch, still in pajamas, furiously texting. "How was your first day?" I asked cheerfully. "I'm not doing this," she said. "No problem. You're fired for no-show. Please vacate the premises within 30 days, as per our lease agreement." "What? You're not my employee. You're not my financial partner. So you're... what exactly? A squatter? I'm your fiancé who refuses to work or contribute. That doesn't grant you free housing and financial support. This is in the 1950s, Vanessa." She started crying. "You're being abusive. I'm offering you a job with fair pay. You're refusing to work. How am I the bad guy here?" Update 2. 3 days later. Tuesday morning, Vanessa tried calling my bluff. Got up at 6 a.m., made breakfast, burnt eggs and soggy toast, then triumphantly handed me an invoice. "There. I did your stupid breakfast. Pay me. You're not on the clock. You didn't sign the employment agreement. I can't pay someone who isn't legally my employee. That would be tax fraud. Then I'll sign it. Oh, sorry. The position has been filled." "What? By who?" "Miranda from the temp agency starts tomorrow. Same duties, same pay, but she was excited about the opportunity." Vanessa lost it. Full meltdown. Screaming about how I was ruining her life. How could I betray her like this? How her parents were right about me being not marriage material. Then came the manipulation attempts. "Fine. I'll get a regular job. Just fire this Miranda person." "Great. Once you've been employed elsewhere for 3 months, we can discuss you moving back in." "Moving back in? I live here. You live here as my guest. Rent-free. That arrangement is ending in 27 days unless you either take the PA position or show proof of other employment." She called Frank. I could hear him yelling through the phone about, "What kind of man treats a woman this way?" Dorothy actually showed up at my office Wednesday afternoon. My receptionist, Gladys, treasure of a woman, buzzed me. "Mr. Coleman? There's a Dorothy Fitzgerald here demanding to see you about destroying her daughter's life. Tell her I'm in a meeting. If she wants to schedule an appointment, my consultation rate is $300 an hour." Gladys muffled a laugh. "Will do, sir." Dorothy waited 2 hours. When I finally came out, she launched into a tirade about respect, tradition, and how a real provider doesn't humiliate his woman. "Dorothy," I said calmly, "your daughter is 27 years old with no job, no savings, and no plan beyond spending my money. What would you call that?" "I'd call that knowing her value. She shouldn't have to lower herself to menial work. Then she should probably find a man who shares that perspective." "I'm not that man." "She'll leave you." "Okay." The simple acceptance broke her brain. She, 2/3, sputtered for a minute, then stormed out. That night, Vanessa tried a different approach. Full makeup, lingerie, the works. "Baby, let's forget this whole fight. Come to bed. Are you taking the PA position? Can't we just go back to how things were?" "No." She slept on the couch. Update 3. 1 week later. Miranda started Wednesday. Absolute professional. Shows up at 5:45 a.m., has breakfast ready by 6:15, manages my personal schedule like a boss. Worth every penny of that $15 per hour. Vanessa lost her mind when Miranda showed up with a key. "You gave her a key? She's my employee. She needs access to perform her duties. I'm your fiancé who refuses to work. Miranda works. See the difference?" Thursday, Vanessa tried to sabotage Miranda. Hid cleaning supplies, accidentally spilled coffee on my organized papers, told her the wrong grocery list. Miranda documented everything with photos and timestamps, sent me a professional email summary. I gave her a $100 bonus for dealing with a hostile work environment. Friday morning, nuclear option. I wake up to find Vanessa's Instagram. When your narcissist boyfriend tries to force you into slavery because he can't handle a strong, independent woman who knows her worth. Hashtag abuse, hashtag narcissistic abuse, hashtag know your worth, hashtag blessed. Attached was a photo of the employment contract, conveniently cropped to exclude the $15 per hour wage, and show only the Judy's list. The comments were pouring in. Her friends were calling me trash, saying she deserved better, offering her places to stay. Some dude named Bradley commented, "A real man would treat you like the queen you are." "Perfect," I commented. "Full contract attached here, showing $15 per hour for standard PA duties. Also, Bradley, she's all yours. Fair warning. She hasn't worked in 8 months and expects full financial support. Good luck." Then I posted my own update. "Offer my unemployed fiancée a legitimate job at fair wages." She refused, called it slavery, and expected continued free housing/support. Entitlement level, astronomical. Single life starts now. Tagged all our mutual friends. The tide turned quickly when people saw the full contract and realized she was refusing $2,400 per month to do basic household tasks. Her friend Jessica actually commented, "Wait, he offered you $15 per hour to be a housewife, and you said no? Girl, I'd take that job." Frank called me directly. "You're humiliating my daughter. She humiliated herself when she refused honest work while demanding support. She doesn't need to work. She's beautiful. She deserves to be taken care of. By you maybe, not by me. You raised her. You can support her. You're going to regret this. She's the best thing that ever happened to you." Frank, "She literally contributes nothing but complaints and credit card debt. Miranda does more for my life in 1 morning than Vanessa did in 8 months." He hung up. Saturday morning, Vanessa had a full breakdown. Crying, hyperventilating, the works. "Please, I'll take the job. I'll sign the contract. Position's been filled. Miranda's doing great. Then I'll get another job." Excellent. As I said, 3 months of verified employment, and we could discuss cohabitation. "Where am I supposed to live?" "Your parents have a 5-bedroom house. I'm sure they'd love to have their princess back." Update 4, 2 weeks later. The eviction notice was served professionally. 30 days to vacate, all legal and proper. Vanessa stopped crying and started scheming. First, she tried to claim tenant rights. Except she'd never paid rent, wasn't on the lease, and had no proof of any financial contribution to the household. My lawyer shut that down quick. Then she tried to claim palimony, that she'd given up her career for our relationship. My lawyer laughed. "What career? She worked retail for 6 months." Next came the theft prevention. I installed cameras in the common areas, legal in my state for my own home. Caught her trying to take my grandmother's antique watch, my PlayStation, and weirdly, all my phone chargers. Everything returned after I sent the footage to my lawyer. But the best part was when Bradley, the Instagram white knight, actually asked her out. She was so excited, thought she'd found her real man. They went on 1 date. He took her to Applebee's and asked her to split the check. She called me crying at 11 p.m. "He's nothing like you. He drives a 2003 Honda and lives with roommates. And I need you. I made a mistake." "No, you made a choice. Multiple choices, actually." Meanwhile, Miranda mentioned her daughter was looking for work. Recent MBA graduate, sharp as a tack. I hired her for our firm's junior analyst position. She's killing it. Vanessa found out through social media. Went nuclear. Started messaging my clients on LinkedIn, telling them I was unstable and abusive. That was a mistake. I sued for defamation and tortious interference with business relations. Her parents had to hire a real lawyer this time. Not cheap. My lawyer offered to drop the suit if she signed an NDA and agreed to zero contact. She signed so fast the pen nearly caught fire. Update 5, moving day. Moving day arrived. Frank showed up with a U-Haul and 2 guys from his dealership. Vanessa supervised while they loaded her things, making sure to sigh dramatically every few minutes. Dorothy stood in my driveway, loudly telling anyone who'd listen, nobody, how I'd destroyed a beautiful young woman's life. She's 27, Dorothy. Most people have careers by now. Career? Her career was supposed to be wife and mother. To someone else, apparently. As they were leaving, Vanessa tried one last manipulation. "You'll never find anyone who loves you like I did." I certainly hope not. Your version of love seems to involve zero contribution and maximum extraction. I gave you the best years of my life. You gave me 8 months of unemployment and entitlement. I'll survive the loss. She started to say something else, but Frank dragged her to the U-Haul. Plot twist. Bradley was waiting at her parents' house with flowers. Apparently, he'd reconsidered after their first date. Heard through the grapevine he's unemployed too, looking for a traditional woman to support him while he pursues his music career. Match made in heaven. Update 6, 3 months later. Life update. Miranda got a better offer from tech CEO. I gave her a glowing reference and a severance bonus. She trained her replacement, Jerome, who's somehow even more efficient. The business is thriving. The junior analyst, Miranda's daughter, Alicia, landed us 3 major contracts. Revenues up 20%. Vanessa update via the Gossip Network. Lasted 2 weeks with Bradley before discovering traditional meant she was expected to cook and clean while he played Xbox. Got a job at Target. Quit after 3 days because customers are rude. Started a GoFundMe titled, "Help Me Rebuild After Narcissistic Abuse." Raised $37. Her mom donated $30. Tried to become an influencer. Posted daily about surviving abuse and knowing your worth. Has 47 followers, mostly bots. Applied to be a sugar baby on some website. Discovered competition is fierce and nobody wants to pay for someone who complains constantly. Currently living in her childhood room, which Dorothy redecorated with motivational posters. Frank called me last week. Not to yell, but to ask if I consider hiring Vanessa. For what position? Anything. She's driving us insane. Dorothy's threatening divorce. If Vanessa doesn't move out, I have an opening for a junior bookkeeper. Starting salary $32,000, standard benefits. She says that's beneath her. Then she remains beneath my consideration. He actually laughed. I get it now. I really do. We spoiled her rotten. Yes, you did. Any advice? Stop enabling. She's 27, not 17. Final update, 6 months later. Got an interesting LinkedIn notification. Vanessa viewed my profile. Her job title? Cashier at Walmart. Character growth? Doubtful. But here's the thing. I wasn't trying to be cruel. I was trying to show her that relationships are partnerships, not sponsorships. That knowing your worth means proving your worth. That being an adult means contributing. She chose to see it as abuse. Her parents chose to enable. Bradley chose to run, smart man, eventually. Last I heard, she's dating some manager at Walmart who drives a Corvette. Posted about how a real man finally recognizes a queen. Give it 3 months until she discovers the Corvette has 200K miles and he lives with his mom. As for me, started dating Alicia, Miranda's daughter. Yes, the analyst. Turns out a woman with an MBA, ambition, and her own 401k is incredibly attractive. She insisted on splitting our first dinner bill. I nearly proposed right there. We're planning to buy a business together next year. Equal partners, equal investment, equal risk. The way it should be. Vanessa's Instagram bio still reads, "A real man provides. Know your worth, queens. Crown." My bio, CEO, dog dad, dating an actual partner. The moral of the story? When someone shows you who they are, entitled, lazy, manipulative, believe them. Don't subsidize it. Don't enable it. And definitely don't marry it. Also, Miranda now runs her own PA service company with 12 employees. I was her first investor. Already profitable. Jerome just asked for a raise. Gave him 20%. Why? Because he actually works. Funny how that works. Oh, and that employment contract I drafted? My lawyer framed it. Says it's the best calling of a bluff he's ever seen. Uses it as an example for his other clients dealing with entitled partners. The ring? Sold it. Bought a new espresso machine for the office. Every morning when I make my own coffee, because I'm a functional adult, I think about how I almost legally bound myself to someone who thought working was beneath her while spending was her right. Bullet dodged. Life upgraded. Dorothy still posts passive-aggressive memes about real men on Facebook. I like one once. She blocked me.